Hi guys and welcome to MSL Power Rankings Week 1. My name is Sudo and joining me on this episode is none other than Spartanka and Ikuto, the BM casters for MSL. The lowest power ranking team for Week 1 is going to be MYA for me.
Okay.
What is it going to be for you guys?
Mysterious Assassin as well, MYA.
It's going to be a bit mysterious, but I have to go with Mysterious Assassin because, well, they just lose 3 of their main rosters, so I'm pretty sure they can't really performing quite well, even though they still have Shadow and Kingzies in their coaching staff.
Well, I mean, coaches aside, we're also talking about the players that have to perform. Unfortunately, I think all of us are in agreement that MYA probably is going to be the lowest because the 7 other teams may be just a little bit better. So let's see, find out who's a little bit better at the 7th spot. Ikuto?
Okay, even though this might be not a very solid point, but I have to go with Team Solid Gaming. Even though they win the 3rd place, but they're kind of new and
Yeah, so you're referring to 3rd place in MSC,
sorry,
for
yeah.
2017,
yeah,
right?
so they're kind of new. They lose all their players just like MYA. So for that mysterious way, 7th place.
Okay, so yeah, I mean they have a pretty good track record. So understand that side. I believe you have the same.
Yeah, I have the
You
same
have the
as
same,
well.
right? So the poor Philippines team ends up at the 7th spot. However, I'm gonna put Team EVOS down at 7th spot,
Oh, wow.
and that's primarily because I believe the other teams have more addition to them. For instance, like Team Solid Gaming, who I've ranked a little bit higher, has a new roster that's coming through, and I think that is gonna surprise people, and that the element of surprise is powerful. On to the 6th spot. Let's go Spartanka.
The 6th spot would be EVOS because we've seen them their performance declining.
Right. So okay, performance declining over there. Nothing's really been changed up with their lineup. People can predict. People can research. Okay.
I'm still keeping EVOS for a highest post. So I'm going to put Resurgence, where maybe it's going to be resurging first time in MSL. They have a pretty good organization. They have pretty good player. I'm pretty sure they can do better.
You know they can't research. You can't read anything in MSL given it's season 1. But hey, okay, I'm
He's
gonna.
trying his best.
Yeah. This is why he's not an English caster.
Oh!
In fact, if we move on to the 6th spot, I put Resurgence at 6. That's simply because they have been unproven. When it comes down to it, great organization behind them, lots of pro teams for a variety of different games. I believe it is 8 pro teams over 7 competitive games, and that's pretty impressive for a small esports company coming out from Singapore. So I think they can surprise, but not so much in week 1. What do you think?
Yeah, I think no, but actually I disagree.
Okay.
Resurgence might show something that you might not expect. So for Resurgence, I'm pretty sure they've done their homework and they will be placed somewhere up higher.
Alright, so I'm going to the 5th spot, and this would, lock out the lower portion, and rounding out the bottom 4 teams for me is going to be Team Solid Gaming. Yeah, and I mean, we talked about them a little bit here, newer roster, a little bit unproven. I think they could potentially do better than some of the other teams that's there. Some of their players have amazing stats coming through, so unfortunately, not quite enough to beat the top 4 teams. But who's your 5th pick?
My 5th pick is not the Resurgence, but it's the RRQ.
Oh, okay. So RRQ making it to the bottom of the table. Okay.
Yes. No reasons needed.
Interesting.
Okay.
For me, I have to go with EVOS. I disagree with you where you say they are not strong enough. Sometimes change is not good. So maintaining the same player, the same coach, the same manager might be best for them.
Ikuto's a strong believer. If it's not broken, don't fix it. We'll see how well his predictions do at the end of the week. Now, moving on to the top 4 teams that's going to be there. These are going to be the powerhouses, the ones to watch out for in week number 1. Starting off at number 4. Ikuto.
I have to go with the Air Asia Saiyan. They have a good player. They just recruit solos and they change Hawkeye to coaching staff. However, I don't think they are strong enough to defeat all my 3 teams that I will not.
Okay.
That we're going to talk about later.
So you're putting them, slightly lower than the 3 other teams that's there. I have Air Asia Saiyan as well at the fourth place spot. I think they're a little bit better, and they have proven to be quite a skirmishy, rough team and can eke out victories. However, against some of the stronger teams, I think they will struggle, which is why I've put them at number 4.
I disagree. Mine is Resurgence number 4.
Okay, so Research is pretty high on your list.
Yes,
Wow.
they are, because
So they do fly high.
yeah, they are the only team from Singapore I would love to see.
What about your third place spot?
My third spot will be Air Asia Saiyan. We've seen how they performed during MPL, and they were a little bit complacent at the end there, but I'm pretty sure they've learned their lesson, and they still stick around with the same team, except for the leader actually went up to be the coach right now.
All right, so you think that the transition from the captain of the team into coach, will be a good development for them?
No, not only that. It's just that when the rest of the team still sticks together, they don't really change much.
The sort of opposite problem as the bottom teams that have lost multiple members.
They didn't lose any member.
Yeah.
They sort of promoted the
Right.
leader.
Okay. On my side, I have RRQ.
Okay.
That's going to be at the third place spot. And what about yourself?
Same as you, RRQ. Adam did say about learn their lesson. I think this team learned their lesson. They lose in finals in MPL Indonesia. I'm pretty sure they going to prove that they can be the best. But I don't think they're going to defeat my first place, of course.
For RRQ, one has to say that if you are watching all the matches that are there, they were very quick to adapt to the meta and to change it up. And that's exactly what you're going to be seeing in week 1. So I think their experience in doing it, really pushes them, a little bit higher than the rest of the teams. But on to number 2. And number 2 for me is going to be...
Wait, if not mistake, we all have the same 2 teams that we didn't say yet.
Yeah, but these are the top 2 teams.
Yeah. So it's either Bigatron or IDNS.
Right, that is true. Just a little bit of background. IDNS Thailand has been champions of MSC, really strong team. Lots of people are fearing them as, calling them the biggest ones out there.
Champion, first place, second place, and third place for Singapore Cup.
Yes, that is true. The IDNS organization is pretty insane when it went down to the Singapore Cup that's there. But on the other side of it is going to be Bigatron. And Bigatron has not only, secured one of the top 4 spots in the ever competitive Indonesian scene that's there, they have added on 2 powerhouse Singaporean players as well.
And ex-IDNS player.
That is true, ex-IDNS Singapore players
true.
as well. So, hoping for the combination of the best, I have given IDNS, unfortunately,
No.
second spot. I believe the newer additions, sort of you're stealing away of the power from, IDNS and bring it to Bigatron, pushes them at the number 1
What is this
spot.
guy talking about? Adam, are you agree with me?
I disagree with Justin.
Okay, alright.
There's gonna be a conflict in terms of chemistry, in terms of communication. So I believe Bigatron will be at number 2.
Okay.
And IDNS in number 1.
Yes.
Nice. Because I think the main problem that might occur in Bigatron, because 2 of them from Singapore, 5 of them is from Indonesia, so there might be a communication issue.
Well, we don't even know the lineups of whether the Singaporean players will be playing, so we will have to find out. And make sure to tell us in the comments below of your predictions. Do you agree with Spartanker, myself, or Ikuto? Which you think has the better prediction lineup? And at the end of the week, we'll be checking to see who did it best. Now,
Adam?
alright, Spartanker, let us know when we can catch all the action.
The league will start on 10th of July, Tuesday.
And make sure to tune in the stream for Bahasa Melayu. We have me, of course, Ikuto, and Adam Spartanker. While in the English casting, we have the handsome Sudo and the Hound.
Alright, don't forget to also check us out on all our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for all the latest update and action for MSL.